fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Crosshopper and 10-liner set from Kamen Rider Gotchard. So they did release 10-liner on its own first, earlier, I think last month, and I just could not find that anywhere for whatever reason, so I had to wait for the combo set. Now 10-liner on its own will give him Iron Gotchard, we see right here, and then the two together will give him the form of Platinum Gotchard, which you can see over here on the box. Comes with 3 cards, of course, Crosshopper, 10-liner, and Warp Terra. But yeah, front of the box looks really cool. You can see the two of them here on their own, and then of course combined together and connected to the Gotchard driver. Not too much going on down here, but it does look like we have 5 LR44 batteries included, so no need to get your own batteries for this, which is really nice. Over here on the side, giving you a breakdown of what is included, and also advertising the various different packs of cards that you can buy, plus the QR code for the manual. Over here on this side, nice picture of Platinum Gotchard. Over here on the back, on the top of the flap here, we have the two forms showing you how to use a 10-liner by itself and then the two together. And then over here showing you how you can do, other combos in there to give kind of different power-ups and things like that. And then just showing how you can pop them in and sounds they make on their own and all that kind of good stuff. So, of course, we'll take a look at all of that. I think it's kind of funny that they decided to put this all up here and then the entire back down here is just the warnings and whatnot. Because when you first turn this over and just look at it like this looks really boring back here. I might have switched to these, but it doesn't really matter. In any case, going to go ahead and get both of these out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. So here are Crosshopper and 10-liner out of the packaging. Honestly, they're bigger than I expected. 10-liner is a lot bigger than I expected. I don't know why. I don't know how big I expected it to be, but when I first took it out of the box, I was like, dang, this thing's pretty huge. So there's some really nice kind of metallic magenta paint here on the front, which looks really sharp, a little bit of gold. You have this translucent blue plastic that kind of has like sparkles in it, which looks really sharp. Pretty cool, a little hollow inside, but that's just because how it has to connect to the driver. Got a speaker right here with a button. This is the battery compartment. This is where you pull the tab out. If you would ever need to replace these batteries, you just depress this little piece here, and then this would slide off, and then you would replace the batteries underneath. Rolls pretty well. As you can see, it's got some wheels here. Not too bad. Over here for Crosshopper, he is a translucent yellow little dude. He is kind of pitched forward though, which I thought was kind of interesting. The arms here can kind of move up and down. Actually, they're on a ball joint, so you can actually move them all around. That's pretty cool. I thought it was just a swivel. Some nice metallic blue paint. Unfortunately, it does kind of stop at the halfway point. Would have been nice if they would have just finished that around, but I get it. You have a button here, which is kind of pretty decently hidden, I have to say, with some nice kind of metallic, more of a reddish than magenta, but not too bad. He's got the little visor here. If you press the button on the top of his head, I think it's supposed to flip up, or maybe I did it the wrong way. You pop it up, and then you hit the button to flip it down. That's what it is. Sorry, had it backwards. So flip this up. You have the nice painted eyes there. Have that magenta color again, pretty similar to what 10-liner has. And then you just press the button, and then that flips down. So you have translucent blue plastic for the arms and the visor, very similar to the translucent blue here on 10-liner. But yeah, I mean, all in all, on their own, they don't do a ton. They're not really like action figures or anything like that. I mean, I guess technically he does have the arm movement, which is nice, and the visor can flip up and flip down, but, not too much. Now, they do have the buttons that have some sounds. It's really just them saying their name in a huge variety of ways. I think Hopper has like 17 phrases, but it's all just variations of it saying Hopper. So let's see, where is the speaker on this? Down here. So I'll try not to cover that. I think that's all of them. Honestly, they all start to sound the same to me after a while. The directions say that there are 17 distinct different versions of him saying Hopper, but I swear that, most of them sound the same to me. I don't think we needed 17, but hey, they're there. So that's it for that on its own. Ten-liner, I think, just has a handful, not nearly as many as Hopper does. Yeah, I think it's like 4 to 5. And again, most of them sound very similar. So I appreciate that they wanted to put the phrases in there just to give them something to do on their own. To me, not really that exciting, but it's cool. I mean, I'm fine with it. I just... 17, sure. 4, okay, I buy that more, even though I swear 2 of them are exactly the same. 17, most of those sound the same to me. You probably could have done like 3 each, and that would have been fine. But yeah, so that's it for these on their own. Let's check out the cards that are included. So we have Warp Terra, which looks pretty good. This is the super rare version, TCS 35. I believe we saw this in Wave 3, so we've seen the card before, but this is a little bit shinier version of it there. And then we have Ten-liner. This is TCS 30, or maybe this one was 35 and this was 36. I swear I can't read these fonts. Yeah, this is 35, this is 36. My apologies there. But it is an EX card. Looking very gold, very nice and sparkly. And then we have, this should be 37 with Crosshopper. Again, these were all in Wave 3, so we've seen all of these cards already. But these are the TCS version because they came packed with roleplay toys. But yeah, overall, pretty nice. Take a look at the back. You have the 2X, and then you have the half of the combo there for Warp Terra. And he matches with a Occult, so Occult number 4, which I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think I've already shown that off in the Phase 3 card pack video that I did. So yeah, nothing new, nothing really significant, but of course we need them to make this work. So nice that they are included here. Now I believe these two were packaged with Ten-liner if you bought it on its own, and Crosshopper came with just his card. When you open up the box for the combo set, it's literally just like what the single releases were, just shoved into a box. These two cards are packaged together in a sleeve. This is by itself. So you're not missing out on anything. If you buy the combo, if you buy them separately, there's no difference. It's literally just the two single releases thrown in a box together. So if you were lucky enough to be able to find this back when it was released on its own, you can get Crosshopper on its own and you're not missing out on anything. The combo pack offers nothing additional. But yeah, so that's it for the cards. That's it for these two on their own. Let's go ahead. Let's start transforming. All right, so I'm going to preface this by saying at this point, I think we all know how well this thing reads, and I hope that during these combos I don't have to restart. We'll see how it goes. I did notice today, though, when I turned this on, it gave me the, like, when it can't read a card, that sound, like, as soon as I turned it on. I think it's because the batteries were dying. So maybe the reader acting up was really just a sign of the batteries going south. I'm crossing my fingers that that's the case, and maybe we'll have some really nice card read experiences now that the batteries have been, replaced with fresh new set. So fingers crossed again, but maybe if you're having trouble with yours, it might just be as simple as the batteries are starting to die, because this thing's using a lot of the batteries. There's so many lights and sounds and everything every time you use this, so it wouldn't surprise me that it goes through batteries pretty quickly. So maybe just something to keep in mind. Wanted to throw that out there. So first thing we are going to do is we are going to take Ten-liner and we are going to pop it into this side of the driver. I think we are. There we go. Then while that's doing its thing, we're just going to pop the sides open here, and they will just kind of soft ratchet into place. And then this is going to connect to the spot here on the top of the driver. So there we go. We are transformed into Iron Gotchard. Some nice sparkly LEDs there going on underneath. It really does cover a significant portion of the driver, and you have the speaker here on the front. Now you can get a couple new phrases when you hit the button once this is attached. Okay, I think we've gone back around. I think it's just those 4 phrases, but pretty cool. New phrases. And of course we can get an attack if we push this in and pop it out again. So you get the Iron Knuckle attack, which is pretty cool. Now, as we know, it only uses 1 card, so this slot is open, so we can use, and I think that's why they include Warp Terra, we can use that as the other card. So if you use another card, it's going to say the name of that card plus 10 liner, and then you're going to get Iron Knuckle Fever, so kind of a different attack there, which is kind of neat. If we pop this out, and then we use like a different combo of cards, I'm just going to use Abre Scabos just for an example here. And it's kind of nice, there's kind of an indent to tell you like where to feed the card in, because honestly it's kind of hard to see with the wings kind of covering everything up here. So again, just like when we used Warp Terra, it's just going to say the name of the 2 cards, and then you're going to get the Iron Knuckle Fever attack. So you can do this with a bunch of different combos. I'm not going to run through all of them. I just wanted to do one as an example, but it's not really that significant of a new sound. It's just saying the name of the cards, and then you're still getting the Iron Knuckle Fever. So it's there. You can do it. We've seen them do it on the show multiple times, especially with Platinum Gotchard. But in my opinion, these sounds aren't that exciting because you're not getting a new sound for each combo. You're just getting the name of those cards plus the same attack sound over and over again. So, alright, so to upgrade to Platinum Gotchard, when you have transformed into Iron Gotchard and you have just 10 liner in there, you can do it while you're still having everything attached here. We're just going to push this in. Then we're going to pop in Crosshopper. Then we're going to flip this little window here open. And if you want, you could have them say Henshin. You want to just make sure that the arms are out of the way, so move them up a little bit, and then you're just going to slide them in. You can hear the standby music will change. So there you go. We have transformed into Platinum Gotchard. Still getting the LEDs rocking there in the background. Now, of course, this has an attack sound as well. So it says Platinum Shoot. Now when you have this up, it's kind of resting against the button for 10 liner there. So you can actually just kind of push this back and it'll trigger that button. But it doesn't really give you any new sounds as opposed to like when liner's by itself. So you can still access them by pushing that back, which is nice. You don't have to kind of fumble around if you're trying to get to that button, but nothing new, you know, with crosshopper attached. Now again, we can use other combos just like we did before. So we'll pop that out, and then we will try Abre Bushido again. And Skibos. So you get the fever added on to the normal attack sound. So in this case, Platinum Shoot Fever. But then you also hear Hopper and Liner in the background, which is kind of fun. So again, you can do that with as many different combos as you want. I'm just doing one to show off how it works. But yeah, pretty cool. I guess the combos are endless and there's so many, and you can pop in and just kind of get all the different kind of sounds you want. Now the other thing the directions show, if you want to go straight to Platinum Gotchard, you don't have to transform into Iron Gotchard first. It is obviously possible to kind of take the steps like the way I showed it, but you can go straight into it. So you're just going to take your 2 cards. So there you go. You can skip Iron Knuckle completely. I'm sorry, Iron Gotchard, and go straight to Platinum Gotchard. You just load Crosshopper into 10-liner before you attach it. Put the 2 cards in, have it to go into standby, attach that, and then transform. And you can bypass Iron Gotchard and go straight to Platinum. So that's pretty much it for Iron Gotchard and Platinum Gotchard, but you can actually get a unique sound if you use these 2 without any of the apparatus attached. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So you get a form I doubt we'll ever see in the show called Steam Hopper X, which is kind of cool. So a little hidden sound there. Next up, we'll try our 3 new cards in the Legend Driver. I may have already done this in a previous video, so apologies, but I figured, it's fun, we'll do it anyway. Here's 10-liner. Is that like sticking to the paint? That's great. Hopefully that's okay. I don't know why it didn't spring open. It's been a minute since I've used it. I assume it was kind of stuck to the paint there, but it seems to look all right. The worst part of the Legend Driver is trying to get these cards out. Okay. Next up, we have Crosshopper. If I can pick up the card. I'm having a day here. I assume it's supposed to be saying Crosshopper, but it almost sounds like it's saying Grasshopper, which is weird. And then we have Warp Terra. Next up, we'll try him in the Kemi Riser. So I think it's interesting that for Crosshopper, it just says Insect, and of course for Warp Terror, it says Ancient. But then for 10-liner, it actually has a 10-liner sound. I'm assuming because he's a machine, and obviously Valveride was all machine-based in the very beginning. So I guess that makes sense, but I think that's interesting that there's no unique sound for Crosshopper. I thought that was neat. I think this is a cool little set. I think these little guys on their own are kind of fun. Definitely a little bigger than I was expecting, but you have some nice translucent plastic used, some nice metallic paint applications. I think they look sharp. They have limited play value on their own. I mean, the train kind of rolls, and he has the flip up and down visor and the movable arms, which is nice. I mean, kind of more than I was expecting, honestly. Phrases on their own. Now, again, they're saying there's 17 unique phrases for Crosshopper. Okay, if you say so. They all kind of sound the same to me. I think 10-liner gets 4 or 5. Not really sure why the huge difference there. But again, on their own, they have a decent little bit of play value. But the main draw is, of course, connecting them to the driver and getting your transformations into Iron Gotchard and Platinum Gotchard, which I think are great. I really like that. I like the transformation jingles and sound effect for both. The attack sounds are great, plus you can use them with other combos to kind of get another attack sound out of it, which is kind of cool. So all that's great. You have these 3 new cards here. Again, we've probably seen them all before in Phase 3, so not really anything new. But of course, they have to pack them in here as well in case you didn't get those, because of course they're needed to transform. You have the Steam Hopper X, if you use these 2 on their own with the driver without either of these over here. So that's kind of neat, you know, a little extra bonus sound there. Warp Terror is a great card. I love the sound effects. I love the way it says Warp Terror. I think that's really fun. But yeah, just all in all, it's a fun set. Great cards, great sound effects, great transformations. I don't really have any problems. I mean, maybe a little bit more paint on Crosshopper here just to kind of keep that metallic blue going around. But again, that's a minor nitpick, not really a big deal. And most of the time you're going to have it connected into 10-liner. You're not even going to see that. So it's fine. Honestly, I don't really have a huge problem with any of this. It's just a lot of fun. I think it's great. If you were able to get 10-liner on your own, you can get Crosshopper on its own. There's nothing added by buying the, combo pack. It's literally the 2 separate releases just stuffed into a box together. So there's nothing additional. If you bought them separately, you're not missing out. But yeah, definitely fun. I like it. I really like the forms too. I thought on the show both the forms looked pretty cool. Probably like Platinum a little bit more than Knuckle Iron. I keep saying Knuckle. It's Iron Gotchard. I get Iron Knuckle as the attack. I don't know why my brain keeps wanting Iron Knuckle. Just sounds cool to me, I guess. But Iron Gotchard I thought looked neat, but I think Platinum is definitely cooler. And yeah, I just think this is a fun pack. Definitely worth checking out if you have the driver and all the other roleplay toys so far. No reason, I should say, to not grab these and add them to the collection, because it's a good time. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.